Not long ago, being a software developer was the dream job. Six-figure salaries, remote freedom, and job security that seemed untouchable. But today, that same dream is starting to crumble. In just a few years, the profession once called the best job in the world is being quietly replaced. Not by cheaper labor, but by something no one saw coming: artificial intelligence. From Silicon Valley to startups across the globe, companies are laying off developers in record numbers and replacing them with code writing machines that never sleep, never take breaks, and never ask for a raise. So, what really happened? How did the world's most sought-after career become one of the riskiest in tech? And is this truly the end of software developers as we know them? Let's dive in, because this story might just change the way you look at the future of work. There was a time when writing code felt like holding the keys to the future. Back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, every company was racing to get online, and developers were the ones building the digital world from scratch. Demand exploded. If you could code, you were golden. By the 2010s, software development wasn't just a career, it was a lifestyle. Six-figure salaries, remote work, endless perks. It was the modern-day gold rush. Parents wanted their kids to learn coding, universities were flooded with computer science majors, and tech boot camps promised instant success. But behind that success was a quiet truth. The same innovation that built this booming industry was also creating the tools that could destroy it. AI was getting smarter, fast, and few realized how quickly it would come for their jobs. And that's when everything started to change. It started quietly. A few experiments in machine learning, a few tools that could help developers write faster. Nothing to worry about, at least that is what people thought. Then came ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, and Microsoft's Copilot 365. And everything changed overnight. For the first time, code was not written by humans alone. AI could generate entire programs from a few sentences of text. What used to take a team of developers now took a single prompt. At first, it felt exciting, a superpower for coders. But soon, that excitement turned into fear. By 2023, companies realized they did not need as many human programmers. These tools were not just assistants, they were replacements. Rumors spread fast across Reddit and LinkedIn that tech giants were quietly restructuring teams, testing how far AI could go without human input. Some insiders even claimed certain departments were already 90% automated. And when those whispers turned out to be true, the tech world flipped almost overnight. Then came the shock. Between 2023 and 2025, the same companies that once begged for developers began cutting them loose fast. Microsoft slashed 5% of its workforce. Meta let go of 16,000 people. Google and Amazon followed with thousands more. Headlines said restructuring, but insiders knew the truth. AI had taken their place. In just 2 years, over 110,000 software engineers worldwide lost their jobs. And it wasn't just tech companies anymore. Banks, retailers, even healthcare providers started trimming their development teams, replacing them with AI-driven automation. One leaked internal memo claimed an AI system at a Fortune 500 company was now handling 80% of code maintenance without human oversight. The once elite title of software developer suddenly meant uncertainty. Developers flooded job boards, but openings were disappearing. Recruiters stopped asking for years of coding experience and started asking if applicants could work alongside AI. But the most surprising part,
The layoffs weren't the end, they were the beginning of something much bigger.
what followed wasn't just a wave of layoffs, it was a full-scale transformation of the industry. Companies that once relied on massive developer teams realized they could move faster, cheaper, and more efficiently using AI. A task that used to take 10 engineers could now be handled by 2, with an algorithm doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. AI didn't just write code, It debugged it, tested it, and even deployed it, all in seconds. Tools like Copilot and Claude started predicting what developers wanted before they even typed it. Some startups bragged that they built entire apps with zero human coders. And this wasn't speculation. Studies in 2024 revealed that more than 30% of tech companies had already automated key parts of software development. A few insiders claimed some Silicon Valley firms were secretly experimenting with fully autonomous AI development teams, where machines handled 100% of the coding pipeline. It became clear the software industry wasn't shrinking, it was evolving. But what kind of future does that leave for because while AI may be rewriting the code, it's also rewriting the rules. But amid all the chaos, not every developer was left behind. The ones who survived weren't just coders, they were innovators who learned to partner with AI instead of fighting it. The new developer doesn't spend hours fixing bugs or writing endless lines of code. They design systems, guide AI, and think strategically. They know how to make machines do the heavy lifting, and more importantly, how to make them do it right. Creativity, critical thinking, and human intuition are becoming the real currency of this new era. AI can write code, but it still struggles with the why behind. It is the context, the vision, the emotion that turns logic into experience. The best developers now look less like traditional programmers and more like architects of digital intelligence. They are the bridge between human ideas and machine execution. But even they know that this partnership might not last forever, because the next evolution of AI is not about collaboration, it is about autonomy. This shift is not just about developers, it is about everyone. AI is not targeting one industry, it is quietly rewriting the entire economy. From journalism to design to finance, automation is creeping into every corner of modern work. The world is entering an era where learning to code might no longer mean typing lines of syntax, it might mean learning how to command machines that do it for you. And that's a terrifying thought for millions who spent years mastering a skill that AI can now replicate in seconds. Some tech analysts believe that within a decade, entire departments could run autonomously, humans simply watching over systems that manage themselves. Others say we are heading toward a post-skill economy, where creativity and adaptability matter more than any technical ability. It's not science fiction anymore, it's happening in real time. The question isn't if AI will take over more jobs, it's how fast, and that leads to the part no one's ready to talk about. So, is this really the end of software developers? Maybe not, but it's definitely the end of the world they once ruled. The dream job that defined an entire generation is evolving into something completely new, and not everyone will make the leap. In less than a decade, AI has turned one of the safest, highest paying careers into one of the most uncertain. But maybe this isn't a tragedy. Maybe it's a test of how fast we can adapt when the very tools we built start to outgrow us. Because in the end, it's not about fighting AI or fearing it, it's about learning how to think beyond it. The machines might write the code, but only humans can decide what's worth building. So before you write off developers completely, remember this: every time technology kills an old job, it also creates a new kind of genius. And the next one might just be the person who figures out how to teach AI what it can't learn on its own.